Welcome to my channel. Every day, you make choices. Some choices look small, but they can slowly change your whole life. One quick answer can damage a good friendship. One careless purchase can create months of stress. One brave decision can open a new door. But why do we often understand the right choice only after making the wrong one? Stay with me, because today you will learn how to slow down, think clearly, and protect yourself from painful mistakes. The first lesson is simple, but it can change every decision you make from this day forward. Chapter 1. Stop and see clearly. Most bad decisions do not happen because you are foolish. They do not happen because you are weak. They often happen because you choose too quickly. You feel something strongly, and you act before you understand that feeling. You become angry, so you speak. You become excited, so you buy. You become afraid, so you run away. You feel lonely, so you trust the wrong person. You feel tired, so you give up on something important. At that moment, the feeling looks like the truth. It feels powerful. It tells you, do this now. But a strong feeling is not always a clear answer. Sometimes it is only a short emotional storm. If you make a big choice inside that storm, you may have to live with the result long after the storm is gone. This is why the first step in making a better decision is not choosing. The first step is stopping. Yes, stop. Give your mind a little space. Give your heart time to become calm. You do not have to answer every question immediately. You do not have to accept every offer today. You do not have to reply to every message in the same minute. You do not have to make a life-changing choice because someone is pushing you. A pause is not weakness. A pause is power. It means you are taking your life seriously. It means you understand that important decisions deserve time. Many people feel proud when they decide quickly. They think quick decisions show confidence, but confidence without clear thinking can become carelessness. A wise person knows when to move fast and when to wait. Imagine that a close friend sends you a painful message. You read the words, and your body becomes hot. Your heart beats faster. You feel hurt and angry. You immediately write a rude reply. You want your friend to feel the same pain. Your finger moves toward the send button. Stop. Put the phone down. Take a breath. Walk away for 10 minutes. Drink some water. Read the message again when your mind is quieter. Maybe your friend chose the wrong words. Maybe you misunderstood the meaning. Maybe your friend is also having a difficult day. This does not mean you should accept disrespect. It means you should answer with control. If you reply in anger, the problem may become bigger. One message can become 10 messages. 10 messages can end a friendship. But one pause can save that friendship. One calm answer can protect your dignity. This is the power of stopping before choosing. During the pause, ask yourself a simple question. What am I feeling right now? Do not hide the answer. Be honest. Say, I am angry. I am afraid. I am excited. I feel lonely. I feel under pressure. When you name the feeling, it becomes easier to understand. The feeling is still there, but now it is not controlling everything. You are looking at it from the outside. You are saying, I feel angry, but I am not only anger. I can still choose my response. This is emotional strength. Strong people are not people who never feel fear or anger. Strong people feel these emotions, but they do not allow every emotion to become an action. Now ask yourself a second question. Why do I want to make this choice? This question can uncover the real reason hiding inside you. Maybe you want to buy an expensive phone. Do you truly need it? Or do you want other people to admire you? Maybe you want to leave your job. Is the job truly harmful, or did you only have one difficult day? Maybe you want to end a friendship. Has the person repeatedly treated you badly, or are you reacting to one misunderstanding? Maybe you want to accept an offer. Is it truly good for your future, or are you afraid that no other opportunity will come? Your first answer may not always be the true answer. Look deeper. A better decision begins when you stop lying to yourself. Then ask the third question. Will I still want this tomorrow? This question can save you from many painful mistakes. A desire can feel very strong at night and feel very different in the morning. Anger can feel endless, but it may become smaller after sleep. Excitement can make an offer look perfect, but the problems may become clear the next day. For small decisions, wait a few minutes. For expensive purchases, wait at least one day. For life-changing decisions, give yourself more time when possible. You may need several days. You may need a week. Time does not always give you the answer, but it often removes the noise around the answer. Think about money. You see something beautiful online. You imagine how good you will feel after buying it. The advertisement says the sale will end soon. A clock is moving on the screen. It is trying to create pressure. It wants you to believe that you must decide now. But ask yourself, do I really need this? Can I easily pay for it? Will this purchase create stress later? The happiness of buying something may last for one day, but the payment may trouble you for many months. Never exchange long-term peace for short-term excitement without thinking carefully. You work hard for your money. Respect it. A pause before buying is not missing an opportunity. Sometimes it is escaping a trap. Pressure can also come from people. Someone may say, "Decide now. Trust me. Do not think too much. Everybody is doing it." Be careful when someone does not give you time to think. Good opportunities can still be explained clearly. Honest people usually respect your need for time. Pressure makes the mind confused. When you feel pushed, say, "I need some time to think." This is a very useful English sentence. Say it slowly. "I need some time to think." You can also say, "Let me think about it. I am not ready to decide. I will give you my answer tomorrow. I do not want to choose under pressure." These are not only English practice sentences, they are protection sentences. They give you space. They help you stay in control. There is another important truth. Never make a permanent decision because of a temporary feeling. Anger may stay for 10 minutes, but angry words can stay in another person's heart for years. Fear may stay for one evening, but running away from a good opportunity may create long regret. Sadness may make you believe that nothing will improve, but sadness cannot see your full future. A bad day is not your whole life. A difficult moment is not the final truth. When your emotions are very strong, delay important decisions when possible. Calm your body first. Take slow breaths. Sleep. Walk. Write your thoughts on paper. Speak to a wise person. Then return to the choice. Writing can be very helpful. Take a piece of paper and write what happened. Write what you feel. Write what you fear. Do not try to sound intelligent. Use simple words. For example, I am angry because my friend did not respect me. I am afraid to change my job because I may fail. I want to buy this because I feel left behind. When thoughts stay only inside your head, they can become large and confusing. When you put them on paper, you can see them clearly. You may notice that one small fear is controlling a very big decision. You may also notice that your problem is real and needs action. Both discoveries are useful. Stopping does not mean avoiding a decision forever. It does not mean hiding from every problem. It means preparing yourself to choose with a clear mind. There is a difference between a pause and an escape. A pause gives you clarity. An escape only delays the fear. Give yourself a reasonable amount of time. Then come back and face the decision. Do not use thinking as an excuse to do nothing. The purpose of the pause is to see clearly, not to stay frozen. From today, create one simple rule for yourself. When you feel very angry, very afraid, very excited, or deeply hurt, do not make an important decision immediately. Stop. Breathe. Name the feeling. Ask why you want to choose. Ask whether you will still want the same thing tomorrow. These few steps may look small, but they can protect your relationships, your money, your goals, and your peace. Your life does not usually change in one loud moment. It often changes through quiet choices that nobody sees. The message you decide not to send. The offer you decide to examine carefully. The habit you decide to stop. The opportunity you decide not to reject because of fear. Better decisions begin in these quiet moments. When you stop, you give wisdom time to speak. When your mind becomes calm, the truth becomes easier to see. But calm thinking alone is not enough. After the noise becomes quiet, you must know what questions to ask. That is how you discover which choice can truly move your life forward. Chapter 2. Ask the right questions. After you stop and calm your mind, you are ready for the next step. You must ask the right questions. A clear mind is important, but a clear mind still needs direction. Many people make poor decisions because they ask only one question. They ask, "What do I want right now?" This question is easy, but it is often dangerous. What you want right now may not be what you truly need. You may want comfort, but you may need discipline. You may want to avoid a difficult talk, but you may need to speak honestly. You may want to spend all your money, but you may need to save for your future. Better decisions begin when you stop asking only about today and start thinking about tomorrow. The first question is simple. What are all my choices? Many people think they have only two options. They say, I must do this, or I must do that. But life is not always black and white. Sometimes there is a third choice. Sometimes there is a smaller choice. Sometimes you can wait, ask for support, change the plan, or take one step before making the final decision. Imagine that you do not like your job. You may think, I must stay here forever, or I must leave today. But these are not your only choices. You can keep the job for a few months while learning a new skill. You can search for another job before leaving. You can speak to your manager. You can ask for different duties. You can save some money first. When you look for more choices, you stop feeling trapped. Write every possible choice on paper. Do not judge the choices at first. Just write them. You may write, I can accept the offer. I can reject the offer. I can ask for more details. I can wait for 2 days. I can speak to someone with experience. This small exercise can open your mind. Fear often tells you that there is only one road. Clear thinking shows you that there may be many roads. You may not like every option, but seeing all the options gives you more control. The second question is, what can happen after each choice? Every decision has a result. Some results come quickly. Other results come slowly. A choice may feel good today, but create trouble later. Another choice may feel difficult today, but create a better life later. You must look beyond the first feeling. Imagine that you have enough money to buy a new phone, but you also want to join an English course. The phone may give you quick excitement. You may enjoy it for a few weeks. The course may feel less exciting, but it can improve your skills, confidence, work opportunities, and future. This does not mean that buying a phone is always wrong. It means you must compare the full results. Ask, what is the best possible result? Then ask, what is the worst possible result? Finally ask, what is the most likely result? These 3 questions help you avoid 2 common mistakes. The first mistake is thinking only about success. The second mistake is thinking only about failure. Some people become too excited and ignore every danger. Other people become too afraid and ignore every opportunity. Wise thinking stays in the middle. It sees hope, but it also sees risk. For example, You may want to start a small business. The best result may be success, more income, and freedom. The worst result may be losing money. The most likely result may be slow progress, many lessons, and a need for patience. When you understand these results, you can prepare. You may start small. You may save money first. You may learn from someone experienced. You may test the idea before risking everything. Good decisions do not remove all risk. They help you understand and control risk. The third question is one of the most powerful questions you can ask. Does this choice move me closer to the life I want? Your life is built by direction. Every decision moves you a little closer to something or a little farther away from it. One decision may look small, but repeated small decisions become your future. Watching one video instead of studying may not destroy your dream, but making that choice every day can slowly take you away from your goal. Practicing English for 10 minutes may not change your life today, but doing it every day can change the way you speak, think, work, and connect with people. Before making a decision, imagine your future life. What kind of person do you want to become? Do you want to become healthier, calmer, more confident, more skilled, more responsible, or more independent? Now look at the choice in front of you. Does it support that person, or does it pull you away from that person? You do not need to make the perfect choice every time, but your common choices should follow the direction of your goals. This is where many people lose their way. They say they want one life, but their daily choices create a different life. They say they want strong English, but they never practice speaking. They say they want better health, but they continue the same harmful habits. They say they want peace, but they continue speaking with people who bring constant stress. Your future does not listen to your words. Your future follows your repeated actions. Be honest with yourself. Your choices are showing where you are truly going. The fourth question is, am I choosing this because it is right or because it is easy? The easy choice is very attractive. It gives quick comfort. It helps you avoid pain for a short time. But easy choices can create hard lives. Difficult choices can sometimes create easier lives later. It may be easy to avoid studying today, but it may make an exam more difficult. It may be easy to ignore a small health problem, but the problem may grow. It may be easy to stay silent when someone treats you badly, but silence may teach that person to continue. The right choice is not always the most painful choice. Do not believe that suffering always means you are doing something good. The point is not to choose pain. The point is to avoid choosing only because something feels comfortable. Ask yourself, what will give me peace later? Sometimes hard work now gives peace later. Sometimes saying no now protects you later. Sometimes ending a harmful habit feels uncomfortable, but it creates freedom. Now use the future self method. Imagine yourself 1 year from today. See that future person clearly. Imagine where you live, how you feel, what you have learned, and how your life has changed. Now imagine that future person looking back at the decision you are making today. What would that person say to you? Would they say, "Thank you for being brave"? Would they say, "Thank you for saving that money"? Would they say, "Thank you for starting even when you were afraid"? Or would they say, "Why did you choose only for one moment of comfort"? This method is powerful because your future self will live with the result of your present choices. Your present self feels the pressure, but your future self receives the reward or the regret. Before you choose, say, "I am making this decision for the person I will become." This sentence can change your thinking. It can help you move beyond short feelings. You can also ask another useful question. What advice would I give to a friend in the same situation? We are often kinder and wiser when helping someone else. When the problem is ours, fear makes everything confusing. Imagine that your best friend comes to you with the same problem. What would you tell them? Would you tell them to wait? Would you tell them to leave? Would you tell them to speak honestly? Would you warn them about a danger? Your answer may show you something you cannot see when you are thinking only about yourself. Advice from other people can also help, but choose carefully. Do not ask 10 people. Too many voices can make you more confused. Ask 1 or 2 people who are honest, calm, and experienced. Do not ask only people who always agree with you. Sometimes the best advisor is the person who tells you something difficult but true. You can say, "I would like your honest advice. What would you do in my situation? Do you see any risk that I am missing?" These are useful English sentences, and they can help you receive better guidance. Still, remember that advice is not a command. Other people can give ideas, but you must live with the result. Do not blame someone else because you followed their advice without thinking. Listen carefully, compare their words with the facts, and then make your own choice. A wise person asks for advice but does not give away responsibility. Facts are also important. Feelings can guide you, but they should not replace information. If you are choosing a course, check the price, duration, teacher, reviews, and learning results. If you are choosing a job, check the salary, working hours, duties, location, and growth. If you are making a health decision, speak to a qualified professional. Do not build a big decision on one message, one video, or one person's story. Ask, what do I know? What do I only believe? What information am I missing? These questions protect you from false hope and unnecessary fear. Asking the right questions does not mean you will know everything. Life will always have uncertainty. You cannot see every result before it happens. You cannot control every person, every problem, or every change. But you can make your decision with care. You can look at your options. You can think about the results. You can compare today's comfort with tomorrow's peace. You can ask whether the choice supports the life you truly want. A good decision is not always the decision with a perfect result. Sometimes you make a wise choice, but life still becomes difficult. Sometimes you choose carefully, but something unexpected happens. This does not mean your thinking was useless. It means life is not fully under your control. Your job is not to control the whole future. Your job is to choose with honesty, knowledge, and courage. So before your next important decision, ask these questions. What are all my choices? What can happen after each choice? Does this move me closer to the life I want? Am I choosing what is right, or only what is easy? What would my future self thank me for? These questions can slow your mind, remove confusion, and show you a clearer road. But there is still one final challenge. You can ask every good question. You can collect every useful fact. You can compare every option. Still, there comes a moment when you must stop thinking and choose. Many people reach this point and become frozen. They wait for complete certainty, but complete certainty never comes. The next step is learning how to decide, act, and move forward without allowing fear to control your life. Chapter 3. Choose, act, and learn. Now you have stopped. You have calmed your mind. You have looked at your choices. You have asked the right questions. But one important step is still left. You must choose. This is where many people become afraid. They think and think. They collect more information. They ask more people. They imagine every possible problem. But they still do not move. They are waiting to feel completely sure. They are waiting for all fear to disappear. They are waiting for a perfect sign. But life does not always give perfect signs. Sometimes you must make the best choice you can with the information you have. You may still feel afraid. You may still have doubts. That does not mean you are making the wrong decision. It may simply mean the decision is important to you. Many people believe that not choosing keeps them safe, but not choosing is also a choice. When you delay too long, you may lose time, energy, confidence, and opportunities. Imagine that you want to learn English. You spend months searching for the perfect book, the perfect teacher, the perfect app, and the perfect study plan. You watch videos about learning, but you do not practice. You are busy preparing to begin, but you never begin. 1 year passes. Your English stays the same. The problem was not that you chose the wrong method. The problem was that you did not choose any method long enough to make progress. A simple plan used every day is often more powerful than a perfect plan that never starts. There is a difference between careful thinking and overthinking. Careful thinking gives you useful answers. Overthinking gives you the same fear again and again. Careful thinking asks, what facts do I need? Overthinking asks, what if everything goes wrong? Careful thinking moves toward a decision. Overthinking keeps walking in circles. When you feel stuck, ask yourself, do I truly need more information, or am I only afraid to act? Be honest. Sometimes you need more facts, and that is wise. But sometimes you already know enough. You are only hoping that more information will remove every risk. It will not. Every meaningful choice has some uncertainty. Use this simple process. First, pause. Second, collect the important facts. Third, compare your choices. Fourth, choose the option that best supports your values and future. Fifth, take one small action. Do not make the first action too large. You do not have to change your whole life in one day. You only need to prove to yourself that the decision has begun. If you decide to improve your English, practice 5 sentences today. If you decide to become healthier, prepare 1 better meal. If you decide to save money, put aside a small amount today. If you decide to change your career, research 1 course or update 1 part of your resume. Small action turns a thought into reality. This is one of the most important truths in life. Confidence often comes after action, not before action. Many people say, I will start when I feel confident. But confidence usually grows because you start. The first step may feel uncomfortable. The second step may still feel difficult. But after several steps, your mind begins to say, I can do this. Experience creates evidence. Evidence creates belief. Belief creates confidence. Do not wait to feel like a strong person. Take 1 strong action, and your strength will begin to grow. Imagine that you are standing in front of a dark road. You cannot see the whole road. You can only see a few steps in front of you. You may feel afraid because you do not know what is far ahead. But you do not need to see the whole road to begin walking. You only need to see the next useful step. After you take that step, the next part becomes clearer. This is how many good decisions work. You do not receive the full answer at the beginning. You receive more understanding as you move. You must also understand that a good decision does not always create an easy result. Sometimes you choose wisely, but the result is still difficult. You may accept a good job, but the first months may be stressful. You may start an important course, but the lessons may feel hard. You may end a harmful friendship, but you may still feel lonely for some time. Difficulty does not always mean the decision was wrong. Sometimes difficulty is part of growth. Do not judge a decision only by how comfortable you feel in the first few days. At the same time, do not stay with a harmful decision only because you are afraid to admit a mistake. Some people say, I already started, so I must continue forever. But wise people review their decisions. They look at new information. They notice when something is not working. Changing your direction is not always failure. Sometimes it is intelligence. The goal is not to defend every old choice. The goal is to build a better life. If new facts show that your choice is harmful, adjust the plan. Mistakes are also part of decision making. You will not make the right choice every time. No one does. A person who never makes mistakes is often a person who never tries anything new. The important question is not, how can I avoid every mistake? The better question is, how can I learn from every mistake? A mistake can become a teacher, but only when you study it honestly. Imagine that you paid for a course, but the course was not useful. You may feel angry with yourself. You may say, I am foolish. I always make bad choices. Stop. This language will not help you. Ask better questions. What warning signs did I miss? Did I check enough information? Did I choose because of pressure? What will I do differently next time? Maybe you trusted an advertisement without checking reviews. Maybe you bought quickly because the sale was ending. Maybe you did not ask about the teacher or course content. Now you have a lesson. The money is gone, but the lesson can protect you in the future. Do not turn one mistake into your identity. You made a poor decision. That does not mean you are a poor decision maker forever. You trusted the wrong person. That does not mean every person is dangerous. You failed in one plan. That does not mean your life is a failure. Separate the event from your identity. Say, I made a mistake, but I can learn. Say, that choice did not work, but I can choose again. Say, I cannot change yesterday, but I can choose today. These simple sentences can protect your confidence. Regret becomes dangerous when it keeps you trapped in the past. Healthy regret teaches you. Unhealthy regret punishes you again and again. You cannot return to yesterday and choose differently. But you can use yesterday to become wiser today. Ask yourself, what did this experience teach me? Write the answer, then make one new decision based on that lesson. This is how pain becomes wisdom. You should also review your successful decisions. Do not only study your mistakes. Ask, why did this choice work? Maybe you waited before answering. Maybe you asked for honest advice. Maybe you checked the facts. Maybe you chose long-term value instead of quick comfort. When you understand why a good decision worked, you can repeat the same process in other parts of your life. Remember the 3 steps from this lesson. First, stop and see clearly. Do not let anger, fear, excitement, or pressure control an important choice. Second, ask the right questions. Look at all your options. Think about the possible results. Ask whether the choice moves you toward the life you want. Third, choose, act, and learn. Do not wait forever. Take one useful step. Then review the result and improve. Your life is not built only by one giant decision. It is built by small decisions made every day. The time you wake up, the words you speak, the food you eat, the money you spend, the people you trust, the promises you keep, the work you finish, the practice you repeat. Each choice may look small, but together, they create your direction. You do not need to change everything today. Choose one area. Make one better decision, then repeat it tomorrow. You may not control every result. You cannot control every person, every change, or every problem, but you can control how honestly you think. You can control whether you act under pressure. You can control whether you ask useful questions. You can control whether you learn after a mistake. This is real power. Better decisions do not require a perfect mind. They require a calm pause, clear questions, brave action, and an open heart that is willing to learn. So the next time you face an important choice, do not say, I am afraid, so I cannot decide. Say, I am afraid, but I can still think carefully. Do not say, what if I make a mistake? Say, if I make a mistake, I will learn. Do not say, I need to see the whole road. Say, I only need to take the next useful step. Your future is waiting for the decisions you make today. Choose with care. Move with courage. Learn with honesty. One better decision can create one better day. Many better decisions can create a completely different life. Now tell me in the comments, what important decision are you trying to make in your life? Write one simple sentence in English. Your answer may also inspire another learner. If this lesson helped you think more clearly, please like this video and share it with someone who needs this message. Subscribe to the channel for more simple English lessons that improve your speaking, confidence, and life. Remember, you do not need to make every decision perfectly. You only need to make your next decision more carefully than your last one. Thanks for watching this video.